Alright, hey guys, welcome back. My name is Kyle. I make reactions to movies and TV show. How are you doing? TV shows. And yeah, so if you didn't know, I just watched the episode of 12 Monkeys Season 1, Episode 7, The Keys. It left us on one heck of a cliffhanger. I have no self-control. So we are just getting into it again. So if you haven't seen episode 7 or my reaction to episode 7, go watch my reaction to episode 7. But otherwise, I'm just jumping straight into episode 8 because I need to know what happens. I need Cole to still be alive. I think he is still alive because he needs to go back and talk to Leland Goins. But that being said, if you like this, give me a like, leave a comment down below. Full version is in the description down below. Let's find out what the heck happens. Let's go. Let's go. Dun 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 dun.
Please tell me you're not praying right now. It scares me the fact that you might need some divine intervention bringing our boy back home.
Our last reading puts Mr. Cole's tracer signal in Chechnya 2015, Operation Troy. Clearly, we did not stop the plague. The army of the 12 monkeys remains one step ahead.
We have it.
Initiate return.
Okay, so this is really interesting. I know I'm stopping right away, but it's a perspective that I didn't think about in the last episode because things were just happening so fast, and I was still in shock from the fact that they may have killed Cole. If Cole had died, and the army of the 12 monkeys had truly been stopped, this would not happen. Or this, you can't see the screen. The future would have been wiped. Cole would never have come back to begin with. So would then he have still come back a week in the future? Because that would necessitate that the future still existed. Oh God. I don't know. So, that's a really interesting thought. If he changed the future so that the future never happened, but it required... That's a weird kind of paradox, isn't it? That's not even like a grandfather paradox. That's just like a... So if he goes to the future and then comes back to the past based on something that happened in the future, but the future is overridden by something that happens in the past, so it necessitates that in order for him to have come back in the future, to go back to the past, to go back to to stop it from happening in the future, he couldn't have actually stopped it from happening in the future. Let's get back to it. I don't even remember what I was going to say. My whole train of thought just went completely out the window. Oh, but I think what I was going to say was, I guess we never really considered what would happen to these guys if Cole were to die.
We have him.
Initiate return sequence.
I like that there are 2 actors now that have been in Orphan Black in this show. If Tatiana, I can't remember her last name, Mainsley, I think, pops up at some point, I will be so giddy.
We have to abort. Katerina.
Shut it down. We are losing our real-time tether.
And if we lose it?
And Mr. Cole is lost in time. No way to bring him back.
2015, but when? After Cole? If I were Cassie, I would still want to figure out who the 12 monkeys are.
Everything okay?
I'm just having trouble accepting that it is over.
Is it? Still a murderous death cult out there.
What if we didn't stop it from happening? If his body is still there in Chechnya, then we're not safe.
Can't be repaired. The only way to stabilize the core is replace the manifold. There's only one place we can find one.
You're not serious.
Leaving
Where?
All this was for nothing.
If I go now, I'll be there by morning.
Protect Mr. Ramsey.
A little road trip. Man, I'm gonna talk the whole way.
I really like Ramsey.
Because spearhead can be dangerous.
Things got ugly when you left.
After the plague, the government collapsed. It was a safe haven to wait out the virus.
What is this spearhead?
And the virus mutated. Colonel Foster, he became obsessed with finding a cure.
Percy.
Foster stopped them.
A coup.
It was always clear to me. The only true cure was to undo the plague. It's a pointless endeavor. The virus has mutated twice since we left. Not even the immune can survive another one.
Ironically, with less hosts, because it kills people, chances of a mutation are far less. That is, unless it has some kind of reservoir host, then... Ah! Ah! Jeez. Okay. Thank you, Jesus. So if they can splinter him back, they can get him medical care. What are you gonna do with that? Oh my god, what are you gonna do with that? Oh, he's gonna dig the bullet out. No, I think you would pass out. I don't think any human being could do this. Oh, no. Oh, Oh, the Russian army.
Hey! Help!
If his body survived, though, the other bodies are probably still there.
We just need to know if anyone survived the drone strike.
We agreed that this would stay quiet.
Well, we can either discuss this discreetly now or wait until it becomes national news.
Hold on.
If anyone survived, they're going to be patient zero for the worst plague this world has ever known.
We removed the bodies of Wexler and his men. Your friends was
Okay.
never found.
So he could still be alive.
Nothing survived that strike.
Put me on the ground. I can verify it's clear. I can operate under CDC jurisdiction, make sure this doesn't become an even bigger PR nightmare for you.
She is a well-respected doctor. Actually, I don't know if she's well-respected anymore, because she said she lost her practice.
This gonna get ugly? If we hit resistance, it'll come from Foster's head of security. My father.
I'm gonna have a hard time calling him Foster instead of Percy.
I need to see Colonel Foster.
What's up, Pops?
Seriously, I love Ramsey.
Don't you ever shut up?
No.
For we shall rise phoenix-like from these ashes of death and decay.
Is he a religious man, I take?
Been a long time, son.
We need your help.
Please tell me that she isn't still grinding scavengers into that machine.
Project Splinter.
Katarina sent someone back in time.
She did.
Well, then how are we still having this conversation? Now.
We need a stabilizer manifold. We know you have a spare.
But I'm not willing to risk losing it.
Yeah, I imagine technology like this is really difficult to build.
We created a massive network to find a cure for the plague. We will have engineered a vaccine that can anticipate all the possible mutations of the virus.
Well, that's impossible, but...
It's bullshit. Ramsey. Faith.
I do like that they're introducing another approach, though.
But I can't help you.
Stay cool, Ramsey. Stay cool.
All right, Ramsey. Hey.
Кто здесь? Вы в порядке?
Yeah! Hello!
Are you hurt?
Yes! Yeah, I'm trapped in here!
Does anyone know you are here?
Sounded like a kid, but...
Elena?
Jose, I thought you were dead. It's amazing to see you again.
Talk to me.
Jose,
What are you doing here?
I came across this place and Foster took me in.
We don't really know their history.
I thought I'd never see you again.
So she left so he'd have a better chance at surviving.
Samuel,
Oh, was she pregnant?
I want you to meet someone.
Oh my god.
Sam, this is Jose, my son. He's 5.
Hello.
Holy crap.
Listen!
Okay.
I think I can get out of here, but I can't do it on my own. Maybe if your dad helps.
Okay.
I don't think these are innocent people. I think this is military.
On the count of 3. You pull, I push. 3.
Initiate return sequence.
Here we go.
Tracer signal active.
Come on. Come on. Without blowing up? Or killing him? No!
Are you okay? You have a cough.
The core's dead.
Oh, crap.
48 hours at best.
Which means they're gonna need the entire freaking core from Foster. Oh, this is gonna be war. Oh, God.
I'm...
Jose.
Yeah. Huh. You remembered. You're a smart kid. You want to be a scientist when you grow up? Smart kid like you gotta know how to play the game Go.
Yeah, I think those are Go pieces.
This is an ancient Chinese game. And I know you're smart enough to win at this game.
Get ready. Things are about to get real interesting.
Pull 10 whites, 10 reds. Count them out. I'll be right back, buddy.
Is Dr. Jones coming here herself?
Katarina.
Uh-huh. I don't know.
But I'm hardly a guest here. And certainly not welcome.
Indulge me.
What will you do when you get out?
I don't know.
She's gone now.
Oh, what the hell is that? What the hell is that?
Yes, I think so. It just started. It's okay. Help is coming. We just have to wait a little longer.
Oh, crap.
Your men got me up to speed. I know why you're here.
No.
This part is of no interest to me at this point. I require your entire core. We have a man, a traveler, who would be lost in time if we don't have your core to bring him back.
How many men have you seen splintered only to wake and find yourself living and breathing in the same reality? Suppose I were to give you my core to retrieve your man. When it is returned, you come back with it, Kat.
There is no cure, and there never will be.
Have you forgotten, Frankenstein, that was never a part of the natural order? Replenish the earth. You want to chase ghosts instead of offering men hope.
Same old Jonathan. Tell me, what hope was there for the men of Spearhead when you put bullets into their heads?
Eggshells, people. Eggshells.
I remember the day when you spilled blood.
Katarina.
Yet you have nothing to show.
What do you have to show?
Time travel.
Where'd you get this?
Maybe now's a good time to speak in private.
Did she send him back to retrieve that at some point?
You can have your wife back and all those who are lost. Help me write the past.
These are very precious to me. But let me show you what writing the past looks like. The past is the past.
It's like watching your parents argue.
You're still holding on to the memory of her, trapped in that tiny room, holding on to her dead little hand.
My God, that was tense.
I'll be back.
You better.
Yes.
There was an explosion in the hills a couple weeks ago. Can you take me up there?
No, you cannot.
How close can you get me?
That's what I thought. But if the military is starting to get sick, the virus is still there.
Foster said no.
They got their own thing going on over there.
And it's heavily guarded, so you can't just take it.
There is no way to predict the mutation.
Foster's got a room full of computers.
If Cole comes back, we just move forward with our lives.
We've been down this road before.
You have to admit, it sounds plausible.
It's a lie.
Yeah.
Foster did find a cure. To the virus of 2033. Not to the one we are facing now. Not to the next mutation, not the one after that. That machine is the only hope for us, not Foster's computers.
Oh, God. What's Ramsey gonna do? I don't trust the bald scientist guy with glasses. He seemed way too eager to hop sides. You can't take the core. It would be
We
death.
take their core
It would be suicide.
by any means necessary.
You're asking him to kill his own dad.
Oh, wake up! You're safe! They're coming to get you out!
Take this. To the guard.
Cole, just hang on.
I don't think this is a little girl. Oh, it's not the military. Ah! Cassie gonna be so happy! What?
Aaron, it's me. Cole's not here, I'm sure. I've bribed officials, talked to locals, and there's no body. He did it. He saved the future.
I don't understand. Is it a separate reality, like when...
There's been a plague all over the world.
What year is it?
God, this is a nightmare.
2017.
When they tried to pull me back, I jumped 2 years.
Oh. To see it happen real time like this again? No. No! Alright guys, and that was my reaction to episode 7 and episode 8 of 12 Monkeys. I really want to keep going. God, I want to watch episode 9 right now so freaking bad. It's going to have to wait because it's 2 o'clock in the morning and I need to get some sleep. But first, let's talk about these episodes because holy crap, they were so good. I loved them. You can really tell that they're starting to set things up. The first, 6 episodes, they set up narratives that needed to be resolved in the future, but I don't recall off the top of my head if there were any serious cliffhangers that they'd set up. It was kind of like the episodes wrapped themselves up. There was, because Cassie got kidnapped. So that was a cliffhanger episode. So, but they're doing it more and more now, I guess, and I want to know what happens next. I really liked that we got to just experience, like I said, a more Cassie point of view. I didn't really, or not Cassie, Cole. We got to experience a more Cole point of view. I didn't really put together until this episode that for the majority of the time, even though we were jumping along with Cole, we were experiencing Cole's point of view, we really, as an audience, kind of had Cassie's mindset, where, we were introduced to this set of characters at the beginning of the show, and they were just kind of progressively living out their time in the show. Whereas Cole's actual mindset is, these people are all dead and I don't really have to care about them. So even though we do eventually obviously learn that Cole is still alive, it really kind of just for a split second let me take on that, okay, so this is what it's like to see a character that is possibly already dead. And, it does kind of morph how you think of them, especially because his demise, if he had actually died, would have been something so imminent. It's like, how do you not view them as already dead? And how does that not change your perception of them? This episode 8, so what was it called? It wasn't Yesterday. Episode 8, Yesterday, that was a great episode. We got to learn more about Katrina. I have been calling her Catalina this whole time. I must have misheard her pronounce her name just because she has a very thick accent. So Dr. Jones. We got to know a heck of a lot more about her. We got to get more in detail with Ramsey. We got one heck of a paradox introduced to us, which was really cool. The end where, okay, so here's what I think about the end. My heart kind of just, it was so happy, and then it just, because I thought, yay, Cassie's going to see him and she's going to see that he's not dead and everything is just going to be right. And then, no. He jumped, so apparently when Dr. Jones tried to pull him back from the future with the unstable core, they did push him 2 years into the future, so he did jump, but he didn't jump back to 2043. Sorry, I almost had to sneeze there. So apparently the plague still exists, which, I mean, it makes sense, because if Cole's body survived Cole survived the blast, presumably the bodies of the soldiers would have actually survived the blast. But I guess it could be that the Senator Royce, I think his name was telling the truth, and that they recovered all of the Chechen soldiers and whatever. But like I was saying, that doesn't negate the fact that the 12 Monkeys exists, and the virus still very much exists, because they still have the original host or reservoir for the virus. So it's not as though taking the virus or taking that particular event out of the equation stopped the 12 monkeys. So it makes sense that the virus could still be released, even disconnected to what happened in Chechnya. So maybe, what Cole is seeing is it being released somewhere else. I think the end of this show needs to not so much be a cure for the virus. It needs to be figuring out who the 12 monkeys are, what their end goal is. We didn't learn anything about the witness in this. And just stopping them dead in their tracks. One thing that kind of occurred to me through this episode, though, because like I said, it was interesting to see the double perspective, the different side of things that Foster is providing. And I can see how what he is providing would be very tempting to the one scientist at the end that I said I think is going to flip sides. Because let's say that the 12 monkeys get stopped. It's 12 people and they all get their throats cut, and it exists no more. All their followers are dead too. The virus still exists. So unless you can kill the 12 monkeys or stop them and destroy the virus and any hope of it ever coming back, I think that you really should focus on a cure. Because, I will say that their understanding of virus mutations is a little strange. Viruses do mutate. That's one of the reasons why everyone who's been saying it's well, how can we have a vaccine for coronavirus but we don't have one for HIV? The main reason that we don't have a vaccine for HIV is because the rapid mutations that the damn thing undergoes. So viruses can mutate, but the reason that HIV is able to mutate so much is because it has such a long, I don't think you would use the word incubation because it's doing its thing, but it has such a long lifespan in a human. I mean, even without drug therapy, HIV can successfully replicate inside a human and spread to other humans for years. So nothing like the virus they're describing in 12 Monkeys. And like I said during the episode, if the human population actually did decrease to a low enough number, and this is important, there isn't another reservoir host that the virus is sitting in, then it should slow down, if not stop its mutations. But that being said, there's also the possibility of, if the virus isn't airborne, which I assume it's not airborne, I'm not entirely sure why they haven't kind of established a perimeter. A spearhead kind of looks like a perimeter, and just started to rebuild outward. And as you rebuild outward, create quarantine zones, burn anything moving outward. You might have to start over from farmland and, not have the most advanced technology, because you can't just go out into the world and scavenge it without risk of actually encountering the virus. But there would be the chance that you could start over simply by expanding outward, which might be actually what the colonels wanted to do before Foster ended them. Why they wanted to go to Colorado or Arizona, I think she said, find space, hunker down, rebuild repopulate, create a perimeter, don't let anyone in, destroy as you move outward. But yeah. Anyways, this was my reaction to both of those episodes. Loved them both. If you loved my reaction, give me a like, comment down below, and full version is in the description down below. Come chat with me on Discord. I have to go get some sleep, even though I really want to keep going, and I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.